get my beer ready.
Oh, dude.
Oh, blast off, baby. There we go.
I'm going to wait until are we live? Oh, we're live. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ready?
That's the signal. Yeah. Crack that son of a gun open. And that just sounds delicious.
What are you drinking?
I got a Busch Light because I'm me.
Have you ever had one of these Valley Squeeze?
I don't think I have, but I do like me a blood orange. Never complained.
Yeah, it's a citrus sweet ale, dude. It is so good.
I don't think you can go wrong with that.
Oh, man, you want to know what, too? Oh, my God, that is so good.
Mine just tastes like ice cold piss. It's great.
I told myself that I wasn't going to drink anything but water today.
Beer is mostly water, though. So, you're not too far off.
You know, I've tried telling myself that numerous times.
How'd it go?
Never works.
Oh.
Here, I'm just throwing this up on a couple pages real quick.
Get it out there. I'm gonna get
and then we're gonna dive into the stuff.
Yeah, and if you guys are tuning in out there, when you guys are tuning in out there, a lot of people jump on my personal page, but we want you to go over to the Best Damn Bookkeeping page because then we can interact with you and share your comments on the screen. So I'm live in both. If you are scoping us out on my personal page, which a couple people are, I am dropping the link. Ron Musgrave's in the house. What's up, Ron? All right, the link to the business page is now in my personal comment. So take that link, get to the Best Damn Bookkeeping page, watch us from there. What?
How do you see who's on here? I can't see anything.
I could just see in my personal feed that Ron came in and said, "What's up?" Oh. And this is what usually happens is I want Ron to go into the business feed and say, "What's up?" Because then I can share it on the screen and show everybody that Ron Musgrave is in the house. But I can't from my personal page because StreamYard and Facebook changed their crap. So, gotcha. Ron, we got to get you on the show. We keep talking about that, and we haven't done it, so we got to do that. But also dude, usually I'm booked out a month or 2 months, and then you did a podcast, right? It ebbs and flows. Trying to line up guests is you go in spurts, and then 1 out of 4 doesn't work out, or every other one sometimes doesn't work out, depending on the time of year. We're all business owners, we got stuff going on, and then normally I'm pretty bulletproof. But last week, here's my excuse for why we didn't go live last week. I had Melody Edwards on Wednesday. She asked to go an hour earlier, and so when you and I scheduled for Tuesday, I just put it on the schedule. I lined it up with Melody's because this is the normal time that I go, which is an hour later than now. Usually I go at 8 o'clock my time, 6 o'clock your time. So I lined it up with hers. And so 8 o'clock is usually when I go on. I'm eating dinner with my family. And then all of a sudden I see you texting me and you're like, "Dude, are we going? What are we doing?" And I'm like, "No, man, it's not for an hour." What are you talking about? Don't you know how to read a calendar? And then you're like, "Well, I can't, I got to go." And I'm like, "Well, son of a gun." I totally just matched it up with her start time without looking at what time her start time was. So my bad. I botched it.
It's all good.
We got to pour it in. We got Mackie V 86 is high. We got Darian. Darian, there's too many consonants and vowels in that one, so I'm just gonna go with the front of it. He says, "Hey there." Mackie V. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. It's really hard to get people's usernames right. Who knows? Who knows what it's supposed to be? Maciv 86. We're talking commercial pressure washing. Ron, I think I put the link in the comment. I think I did.
It's on Instagram too.
Yeah, we're live on Instagram. We're live on YouTube. We're live on everybody's favorite LinkedIn. We're out on everybody's favorite business social, LinkedIn. We're on the Facebooks in a couple places. So wherever you want to hang out, you can find us. Drop your comments in. We're talking commercial pressure washing contractors live. Did I get that right, Robert?
Yes,
Did I nail it? Hell yeah. That's a good start. It's only going to go downhill from here. If I get that part right, who knows?
It's only going to go uphill from here.
But we were talking about it right when we jumped on. This is take 4. We've tried to podcast a few times together. And so I don't think the people realize how fortunate they are that they actually get to be here for this. They don't know all the times that we didn't get to do the podcast when we planned on it. This is one of a kind.
But everything happens for a reason. So the older 2 times we would have talked about something completely different.
You're right.
The last time that you completely wrecked the calendar and
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna hold you to that. I hope you know.
I'm aware. Oh, I'm gonna hold me to it too. I'm with you.
Don't forget. But anyways, long story short, it worked out that we're able to sit here today and talk about the event, which I'm fucking super excited about.
Dude, it's going to be a banger. It's one of a kind as well. Just like this podcast, it's one of a kind. It's brand new. Teresa McConnell showing some love. What's up, Teresa? Thanks for hanging out on a Tuesday of all days. Usually we do this on Wednesdays. Tuesdays was just the day to do it this week. But Robert, let's do this. For those that don't know who you are, and we'll set the stage for the event coming up. Give us a little like background on how you got into commercial pressure washing, why the focus on commercial pressure washing, what you're up to at Property Pros. Give us a little nuts and bolts on how the hell we got here in the first place.
Okay, yeah. So my name is Robert Eisenstadt. I own Property Pros Pressure Washing, which we are based in Las Vegas, Nevada. I actually started my business a little over 10 years ago now as a carpet cleaning business. Knew absolutely nothing about business at all.
So you went from sucking water to spraying water. You were like, man, I got this coming the wrong way. I got to send it the other way.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly what it was, I guess. We tried a bunch of different things. I got into the restoration a little bit. I mean, it was pretty gnarly. And so I was cleaning carpets, hardly making any money. And then one of my friends actually one day called me, and he ran a chain of gas stations. He ran a chain of gas stations, and he was the maintenance director for those gas stations. And it was back then, it was 6 of them. Throughout the years, they'd bought in 2 more, so it turned out to be 8. And he called me one day. He said, "Hey, we just fired our pressure washing contractor. Do you want the contract?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I do."
You're like, I think I could figure that out.
So the first month or whatever, I went and rented a pressure washer. Again, I didn't know what I was doing. I tried doing it with my carpet cleaning van, actually. Like, that didn't work. It wasn't like enough pressure, enough heat. I had no idea what I was doing. Actually rented a pressure washer for the first month. Then I went and I had an RV. I sold my RV to pay for the pressure washing unit. I spent like $13,000 on like a little single axle trailer.
Making moves, man. You're making moves.
Started pressure washing those chain of gas stations. And I never really tried to get any pressure washing contracts from that, which is really funny. The only other contract that I ended up getting was from another friend of mine who worked for a property management company. So we had these gas stations and this one shopping, retail shopping center plaza, right? And so it was, I still didn't have enough money to do what I was trying to do. So I opened up a construction part of my company, or a handyman part of my company. We started doing rent readies, fixing houses and stuff.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Man, the beer's already getting me.
Yeah, it gets you right in the
Long story short,
listeners to this show are very used to a lot of burping into the microphone.
Yeah,
every week. Yeah,
you're gonna love this part. So we grew really rapidly. I had 15 trucks on the road. We were doing all kinds of remodels, building out retail stores. I built a bar and restaurant down on Fremont Street here in Vegas. And so we're cleaning carpets during the day. We're working on houses and building out bars and stuff during the day, and then at night, I have a crew going out and pressure washing these gas stations and that shopping center. My wife went through my books without me knowing. I was losing $20,000 a month, and I had no idea.
Just working your ass off to lose some money.
Well, there was so much money coming in, so much going out. It was a constant game of robbing Peter to pay Paul and continue the jobs going. It's like, all right, max out the credit card, buy materials. Okay, get paid from the last job, pay the credit card off, and then go max out again. It was like this constant game, but I felt like I was making money and I wasn't.
Yep.
And so I kind of took a step back, looked at our business, and realized man, I have these 2 contracts that came from some friends, and I could live off of this if I'm going to be broke, but I could live off of it. I'll survive. I'll have food, shelter, all that stuff. All right. So let's get rid of everything else and just try and grow it. And so how long
did it take you to dial in on that?
So we went from 70,000 in contracts to 7 figures in just under 3 years.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's my elevator pitch, 70,000 to 7 figures in less than 3 years,
How long were you in the phase of tripping over yourself? How long did it take you to figure out oh, this is what the direction I'm going to go? Because I feel like a lot of people get stuck there of when you're really small.
What's today's date?
damn near Thanksgiving. Damn near Thanksgiving.
I mean, here's the thing: is like I'm still learning.
Yeah,
we all are, right? And if you're not, you're messing up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's gonna continue to be like that at every single level that you get to.
Yeah, new level, new devil, baby.
Right, and so, but I mean, define tripping over myself.
Well, like when you were trying to do everything but making nothing, right? I see that when people are small, they go through this bottleneck of like they figure stuff out, they're screwing stuff up, and then there's like some catalyst that they like. I do a lot of bookkeeping, right? So I watch people go through this funnel where they like get really narrow. And sometimes there's a specific event that I had a specific event. I remember like the phone call when I was like, I'm getting rid of all this shit. And got really narrow. And I was like, I'm just doing bookkeeping. Like that's it for me. And then I was like, I guess we'll do some taxes too. And then I started like funneling back out. But like I went through this bottleneck of like, I'm just going to be the best in the world at this one thing. And I'm going to get really laser focused on it. And I'm going to get rid of all these other distractions. It took me years to figure out that these other things were all distractions. I kept thinking like more is better. And then got back to the old like less is more situation. I'm curious how long it went from you were trying to do more stuff to wait a second, I got to do less stuff and do more of the less stuff.
I mean,
it was when you got rid of everything else and just just solely focused on the commercial pressure washing.
It was a 6-year period up until I had that narrowing moment.
Yeah. Yep.
So
I think that was about what it was for me too. Hopefully we can help other people speed that up.
Well, and that's the point of this event. And that's why I started doing the coaching stuff, you know, and I posted a video on my Instagram like a year ago or something. And I talk about like, man, if I would have had myself now back then as like a mentor or something, like imagine, like I can only imagine where I'd be, you know? And like, I just never thought of that stuff. And I didn't even know what mentorship was. I didn't know what coaches were. I had never been to an event, and my buddy brought me to a real estate event. And I don't know if you've ever been to a real estate event, but
I haven't.
Blew my mind for the first event I've ever been to.
Yeah.
I spent $30,000 on a mastermind group.
That's a commitment.
It was the largest commitment I had ever made.
Yeah.
And you know, my best friend, he's in real estate, and I said, hey, I'm willing to do this under one condition: the next real estate deal you do, I'm involved in. And it worked out.
Hell yeah.
So, you know, but after we like laser focused, and same thing as you know, I'm going to be the best in our industry, in our market, and we're going to take over. Everything changed because my focus wasn't in a million different places. It was on one thing.
Yeah. I think observationally, like in my own experience, but watching other business owners too, I think we're all a little ADD. Like we kind of can't help ourselves. It's usually the reason why we got into some sort of small business ownership is we like to do a little bit of everything. But we tend to be our own worst enemy in that regard of the shiny object syndrome, chasing the squirrels, and just this desire to be like, oh, well, I can do that, or I can help you with that. And it's just this thing we have to overcome, and we'll beat our heads into that brick wall for a while. But man, once you get the clarity of like what your purpose is and what you're really good at, it's just enlightening. It frees you up to go. Oh, I lost your volume. I can't hear you at all.
What about now?
Yeah, that worked. That was
what's going on? What's going on with my camera?
Then your camera was like, oh, he's down here now. I got to go down here and find him. It followed you. It followed you right down to your microphone. It was like, oh,
hold on. I'm fixing it.
I got to give a shout out to my boy Marco out here. Marco's dropping the fire little emojis, said just went through that last month. The narrowing of the business. And it's like a journey we all have to go through, is getting really laser focused on our thing and getting really good at it. But damn, it can take a minute sometimes to like figure out, well, it's on to you now. Now it's figured you out. There it is.
I got this stupid AI camera that like will follow me everywhere I go if I don't.
Yeah. It's almost too smart for its own good.
Sorry. Now I don't even remember what I was saying.
we're talking about like the getting real focused on the commercial pressure washing.
Oh, the shiny object syndrome.
Yeah. Did you get like pulled into residential stuff at all, or was it always commercial right from the get-go for you?
The residential stuff was like the carpet cleaning and then the handyman stuff.
But did you do any like residential pressure washing, or by the time you went?
I mean, no.
Okay.
Like we will. Like we have one client that we service every 2 weeks.
Damn, that's like residential, but done like it's commercial.
Yeah. It's crazy.
We used to do that in maid service. We called it residential, where we'd like go clean stuff. Yeah, it was like we'd clean stuff. We'd have office spaces that wanted us to clean, and we're like, we can do it, but we're going to clean it like it's a house. Because we do residential maid service, and I don't want to have a nighttime janitorial staff. So if we're going to clean your office, we're going to clean it like it's a house. So as long as you're willing to pay what we charge and we can clean it the way we clean, then we'll do it. But if you want us to do nighttime janitorial, like we're not the company.
Right. I think that's the other thing. People are afraid to like say no.
Oh yeah. Especially early on. We're just so happy that somebody wants us and will pay us money for our thing.
Which I get, man. Like,
hell yeah.
You know, I understand it, but it always bites you in the ass.
Oh yeah. It's regrettable. It's regrettable.
Like there's issues. It ends up actually costing you money. Like all these different things can happen. And I mean, and that's why we focus on commercial. Like, dude, I'd go remodel a bathroom for like a homeowner. They would pick out the tile and then we'd finish their bathroom and be like, I don't like the tile.
Be like, yeah, that would have been really good to know before we just put it all in, that you picked poorly.
Yeah. And it's like, well, then it's our fault, right? It's like, dude, come on. Like, so that, and you know, for us, it's like we show up to a job, we do what we're great at, we do what we're supposed to do, and we get paid, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, there's no, the complaints have gone down. I mean, the systems that we've put into our business, we've minimized the opportunity to even get callbacks immensely, you know, and it's all these different systems and things that really matter inside of somebody's business.
Yeah. Give me like your, I don't want to front run the live show too much, which we'll talk about here in a second, but give us like the 3 to 5 teasers of why commercial pressure washing versus residential stuff versus the other businesses that you got into. Like what are your top 3 to 5? This is why commercial pressure washing is awesome. Hit me with like that hit list of why somebody should even be interested in getting into commercial pressure washing.
Well, number one is going to be recurring revenue. So large contracts that recur on a consistent basis, monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, annually. I mean, you know, we start the year, like we'll start 2026 with almost $1 million on the books already.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna drop the bullets here in the feed for everybody that catches it later.
Okay. So that's number one. Number two is the relationships that you're going to build throughout your career are going to far surpass anything that maybe not far surpass anything that you need, but the relationships that you're going to build in the commercial world are going to, what's the word I'm looking for?
I typed the word meaningful. Like they're advantageous. I don't know if meaningful's, but there's more.
Like my clients are my friends.
Yeah.
Like your clients become your friends far before your friends become your clients.
Yep.
And so it's like, you know, let me ask you a question. I'm gonna get off topic for a second, then I'll get back to another bullet point. Yeah. Dan, do you have somebody in your area that owns a service business?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Somebody that you would have at home, like a dinner table?
Yeah.
Okay. Who?
Andy Mashura, Tom MacArthur, Mike Conrad. What's that?
What kind of businesses do they own?
They generally have window cleaning and like pressure washing, holiday light businesses.
Are you friends with like a plumber or like an HVAC company?
I was just at my best buddy is Ben Smith, who owns Marvel Sewer and Drain. And I was at a shop today changing my tires into snow tires, which is probably something you don't know about.
Let's say a pipe bursts in your house right now. You need a plumber. Who are you going to call?
Going to call Ben. And then he's probably going to tell me who to use because he knows everybody in that space.
He's not going to do it for you?
they don't do plumbing. They do like digless, trenchless sewer linings.
Okay, so completely answered the question totally wrong.
Where am I supposed to go with this? I don't know what the right answer is.
No, but it goes to show, like, for example, let's say you needed a trench dug, you're going to call him, right? Because it's your friend. Like, why would you call anybody else? You know him, you like him, you trust him.
You just asked me the wrong trade. You should have said, "What if your sewer line breaks?" Then I would have said, "I'm calling Ben."
I said, "Which pipe burst?"
Well, you said plumber though, but Ben's not plumber.
Anyways, where I'm going with
depends
this.
Which pipe. Depends which pipe.
I'm
with you. I'm with you.
Point. It's the fact of, like, so, long story short, is my goal inside of my company is never to sell my services to anybody. It's to make it impossible for them to not call me when they need me.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So okay, relationships that will be meaningful.
Yeah.
And then I guess number 3 would just be consistency. We're going to be extremely consistent throughout the year. It's predictable income. It's not, there's no slow season for us.
Dude, that's huge too. Cause recurring revenue is one thing, but there's still ebbs and flows and seasonality that I see with some recurring revenue businesses where it comes and goes. But to level out the seasonality is ridiculous. Ron made it. You made it to the link. Woohoo! No, that's meaningful, man. I work with so many seasonal businesses, and it's a toll. It takes a huge toll.
For sure. Well, and the only reason it's funny, we're seasonal in the idea of doing holiday lights. And it's really funny because I actually started doing holiday lights to try and tap into a residential market.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't, we couldn't do it. Like, I don't know if it's the way my brain's wired. Almost all of my holiday lights are all commercial.
I mean, back to the relationships, right? Because you don't want to go out and sell holiday lights. You want to do holiday lights for people that you like and
Well, the tickets are way bigger. They're way easier. I mean, doing it. My guys are actually out right now doing a shopping center plaza. They're putting holiday lights up on a shopping center plaza.
Heck yeah!
So it's we pressure wash that plaza every single month.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you want lights on your property? Yeah. Okay.
I have. Do you have a fourth bullet point? Because otherwise, I've got a couple observations. I haven't run a commercial pressure washing business, but I watch others. So I have a couple things that, from a nerdy bookkeeping standpoint, I'm like, ooh, this is why I would like it. But do you have any other ones you want to throw on the list?
I mean, I have a million, but I really want to hear what you have to say.
I have. So if this is number 4, I think the way less customer service needed is such a huge win. Because when we had residential maid service, man, you got Mrs. Jones picking up a lamp to see if you dusted under it. You've got not to say that commercial cleaning isn't scrutinized, but the level of customer service calls and the way fewer of relationships, when you're doing maid service or residential window cleaning and you have thousands, we have 10,000 some clients in our list. The amount of customer service and administrative support that's needed for a business like that. I look at, we do high-rise window cleaning and we do residential window cleaning in Minneapolis. Our admin expense percentage on the residential business is between 15 and 20. On high-rise, it's 3. It just doesn't need the same amount of emails, phone calls.
Emails are different, but I could literally almost run my business without having a work phone, a number at all. Everything for us is done through email. Everything. I'll drop one more. How much do you think I spend on ads?
Oh, I mean, 1% or 0%. I guess depends on what you define 0%. As ads. Yeah,
0%. I do not run ads at all. I never have. How much? I mean, you see people's finances, and I don't want you to put anybody's numbers out there or anything like that. How much do you think, I guess, as a percentage of income, percentage of gross revenue, are people spending on Facebook ads, Google fucking ads?
I'd say 5 to 10% is normal. I see as high as 20. I see some people go really low, and then
that's $200,000.
Yeah. Yeah, we spent $260 in one of our businesses this year to do residential.
$260,000, so $250,000 in ads.
Yeah. High rise? No, nothing. I mean, like not like no ads. There's still some marketing stuff, but it's such a different game, right?
It's a completely different business model. And here's the thing: it's like residential can make money. Oh, yeah. I'm not saying that it can't.
Yeah.
But it's not going to make the same amount of money as commercial.
I have bullet point number 6 here along that line, which is sure as heck doesn't make as much money as fast, because the tickets, the tickets that come in on commercial are just going to be bigger because the properties are bigger. Right. Like in they're recurring as well, but you make money in chunks, not in slivers.
Well, and think about this, right? Do you wash your car?
Me personally?
Yes.
Every once in a while.
Okay, but you get it washed, right?
I will. Actually, you're kind of hitting a vein here right now because it's deer season and there's so much blood like hanging off that thing. I need to go. Okay,
well, maybe I'm just crazy, but like I get my truck detailed all the time. I have a detail company literally come and detail all like our entire fleet, right?
Yeah.
And so
you're also a car maniac though. Like you like your car.
Okay, that's fair. But okay, so like that's a $50,000 investment, right? Like that I'm caring for and maintaining. When you're talking about somebody's house, that depending on where they bought it, could be a $200,000 to a $5 million investment that they're maintaining, right? When you get into the commercial like specter, you're talking 20 million, 50 million, $75 million investments that these people have into these properties and more.
Yeah.
Maintenance is going to cost more money.
Huge. No doubt.
And, there's so many things, man. I'm going to drop the biggest one right now, okay?
Oh, this is number 7, and 7's always a good number for these.
The people that are spending let me frame this correctly. In commercial, they are not spending their money, they are spending somebody else's money. So the psychology behind the sale is much easier to close because it's not their money.
That's a very interesting point. That makes a ton of sense.
Right? Think about you spending your hard-earned money that you worked for versus spending somebody else's money.
I got a budget and I got to spend it. If I don't spend it, I won't get the budget next year.
Oh, and then there's cams and all these different things, but all that stuff is going to be going over in the event.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I like that one.
I mean, think about your business.
Yeah.
People are spending their business's money, I hope.
Naturally.
With you.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think we need number 8. I feel like that's it. I feel like 7's enough, and I think that's a banger to end it on.
That's a very important deal, though.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge.
Right?
The kind of like you pointed out, I work with businesses. They're all small business owners, and so even when we like list a client, the name of the client in our system is the business's name and the person's name together. Like they're interchangeable. But it's ridiculously more enjoyable than working with Mrs. Jones, because I generally know, and I think this goes along with your point 7, which is I know what motivates them. I know what they lose sleep over at night, right? I know the challenges that they're facing, and I have a solution for it. And same in like commercial, like what that person's job is, what motivates them, what their budget is, how to like make them the hero. When you're working with residential clients, like Mrs. Jones could be batshit crazy. Not to say that you won't run into some like harder decision makers or different sorts of behaviors, but the propensity to have just a total wild card of a client in residential that totally tries to screw you over is significantly higher than it is in commercial or working business to business.
For sure.
And I can't like put a because of X, Y, or Z, but homeowners don't, when they call you or fill out the form on your website, they don't tell you that they're crazy.
Well,
like you get so many nutty people.
I think a big part of that is like so for us, right? We're typically dealing with people that are in maintenance. Right?
Yeah.
Those people are putting out fires. They're dealing with shit all day long. They're dealing with people running through their buildings. They're dealing with floods or fires or like crazy stuff, chillers going down.
Yeah.
Broken windows and doors and all this stuff. Something not getting done like perfect from us is so small on their level versus when you do something to somebody's home that doesn't deal with problems all the time. Again, massive difference, right? Like it's just like us. We own a business. I talked about this today. It's like I'm getting so much better at just rolling with the punches and being able to deal with shit.
Yeah, it's like whatever happened. Let's worry about how we're going to solve it. I don't have time to like.
Check this out. I came back to my shop today. I did a podcast with Ron and Barry earlier today. Okay, right before that, I showed up to my shop. My shop was flooded.
Ugh.
Okay, right before I started this, my wife sends me a text message and a bunch of pictures while she was picking up our son at school. Somebody backed into my truck.
Oh no.
But it is what it is.
Just rolling.
Right? Like you just get better at rolling with the punches, man.
Yeah.
Like, what am I gonna do? You know? Like, do you know like the whole story of everything that's going on right now? Like my house got struck by lightning and
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, dude. I'm not even living at home right now.
Son of a gun, man. Well, now that your office flooded and your truck got backed into, that should be all three of the bad things that are going to happen to you, right?
There's definitely more than three, for sure.
Those feel like three pretty big ones, though.
When the house got struck by lightning, it caused a small fire in my son's room. And then the surge went into the hot water heater and flooded the entire downstairs of my house.
Hey, like with what y'all got going on right now, the odds that anything bad happens the rest of your life is pretty low. Like in terms of mean reversion.
Bro, listen to this. November 3rd, I'm sitting at a stoplight. This was what? 22 days ago? I'm sitting at a stoplight and some guy in his huge lifted truck hits me at 50 miles an hour.
I saw that.
Totals my wife's Escalade. Yep. And then, so it's like nonstop, bro.
Yeah.
But it's all good.
Just rolling. It's why insurance companies exist, I guess. Insurance companies and lawyers exist.
Yeah. I mean, and here's the thing. A lot of people probably can't comprehend on how much that really is of what's going on. Like not living at home. We're down a car, we're in our busy season. And I'm like, one of the most important things to me right now is this event. Like I am so into making this such a powerful event and providing so much value. Like it is so important to me because I just know, like how many times have we seen each other at how many different events? I don't
know if I have enough fingers to count all that.
I've been to a lot of them and I've paid attention to what's missing.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point. I super appreciate your attitude. One of my my top core value in our business is blessed. And it's about not worrying about what happens, worrying about what you're going to do about it. I tell our team that all the time. Like, what happened. You can't change that. All you can control is how you respond to it. And so, like, you can either be a victim and whine about what happened, but, like, the moment's gone. You can't get it back. You can't take it back. There's nothing you're going to do about it. The only thing you can control is how you respond to it and what you do next. And it sucks when they stack up on you, but it doesn't change that principle. There's still nothing you can do about it besides what you're going to do next. Kedma was my coach in Conquer back in the day. And I love this from her because this is total Kedma. She was like, you get 15 minutes to whine and complain and feel sorry for yourself. And then you just got to get on with it. And she would tell us that like on a coaching call, if somebody started like complaining about their circumstances, she's like, you get 15 minutes. You get 15 minutes to feel sorry for yourself, and then we're all moving on. Like, because it's not going to do anything good.
Now I feel like it's from Conquer. Maybe it's from Kedma.
It was great. It's like I've tried to like inflict that into my kids a little bit, instill that into my kids a little bit, because when you're a kid, like it eats you up more when you're younger, like until you hit that like awareness level of, man, why am I going to beat myself up over this and like ruin my day? There's nothing I'm going to do about it. I just got to do
a dog eating your Oreo or something.
Yeah. Just go buy some more Oreos and solve that problem real quick.
Just get better at rolling with the punches, man. I don't know.
Yeah, you do. And like, I think it takes enough punches and enough successes after them to know that it's going to be fine. Like, you're going to be fine. You're going to figure it out. You just don't get phased as much as like, once you get beat up enough, it doesn't scare you. You just know what you're going to do about it. Let's start talking a little bit about the event. We got an event to talk about. Commercial. I'm going to read it from the thing. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Commercial Pressure Washing Contractors Live, Vegas, February 26th and 27th. Let me get this baby up on the screen here. Tell us a little bit about, like, you said you were going to events and kind of saw the opportunity that there was. Tell us what that catalyst was like for you, where you're like, I gotta do something about this.
Yeah, I mean, so there's two main things, right? Number one is it was a constant thing of, look what I did. Look at how great I am. Look at all of my successes from all of these different speakers. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
And the amount of value that those people provided were very small.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, I did this, I did this, I did this. And you can too if you do this. It's like, okay, that's great. That doesn't tell me how to do that thing. Right? It just tells me something that I already know. I need to do this. Right?
Yep.
So the idea behind this event was purely educational. Right? For example, have you ever seen like my LinkedIn class?
No, I haven't.
So from start to finish, I show people how to use LinkedIn, how to build your profile, how to reach out to people, how to connect with people, who to look for. Like from A to Z, I show them exactly how to do that thing. Right? But I kept going to these events trying to get this value out of people, and I wasn't getting the exact step-by-step information that I needed. So I put together speakers, you being one of them, and it was curated carefully because I want people to be able to educate them. This is what you can do, and this is exactly how you do it. Here's step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, right? So the attendees can take actionable items, take them home, and implement them into their business.
I dig it.
Right? So that was a huge thing. I guess there's more than two. Number 2 is there's not an event curated just around commercial pressure washing. There's a ton of different.
And even at like the general events, I feel like it just doesn't even get hit on. It's not that there's not an event for it. It's like even at the events that exist for the home service industry or exterior cleaning, it doesn't end up being highlighted much, if at all.
Right. This is one of a kind. Right? Because a lot of people want to get into commercial. A lot of people want to get recurring contracts. A lot of people want that consistency, but they don't know how to approach it. So they can come here and they can learn exactly how to approach it step by step, and then on top of that, this was a really annoying one for me. Every single speech was a sales pitch.
Yes.
Every one. And while I'm not against things being sold at an event, the entire event can't feel just like a fucking sales pitch.
Well, and I think, like you said earlier about, reason number 1 of why commercial pressure washing is, it's about the relationships. Like the relationships are there. You don't need to sell anything. If it's the right fit, you just need to help people. They'll buy from you if you add value and help them. You don't need to sell them shit. Stop trying to sell shit.
But every speech, every time, it was, because eventually you get to a point where you start sitting in a speech and you could like immediately, it's like, all right, this is leading up to a sales pitch.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so that's a huge thing of what this is not about. This is not a sales pitch. This is something that we're going to create, and it's going to go on annually, and it's going to be a huge thing. I'm telling you right now. because we're bringing value, real value, step by step, actionable, implementable items.
Do you know Debbie Sardone in the maid service space?
I don't.
You've seen her or met her. She has a coaching group, and it's really like a tight knit group. And she does an event every year, and she handpicks her vendors, kind of to what you just said, is like they don't sell anything. She handpicks them, and you can have like a table, your booth or whatever, and she lets you come up on stage, but I think she does it right in that she's the only one that will sell your stuff. Like she'll go up there and she'll be like, you guys, you know what these people do. I only let them come here if I know what they can do for you and that they do it the right way. And they're not out there selling, but I'm up here to tell you that if you have one of these problems, these are the people that are here to help you solve them. And you need to get your ass over to their table and talk to them so they can help you. They're not here to sell you stuff. They're here to help you. And as you and I know, therefore, as a vendor, you end up selling more stuff, but it's not because you went there to sell stuff. It's because you were out there to help a bunch of people. And Debbie does an awesome job of being like, vendors, you're only here because you're not selling stuff, right? But let me send them to you because I know what you can do for them. They know they need it. They don't want to be sold. And if you're just standing out there, they're going to walk by your booth. But if I tell them to go to your booth because you can solve their problem, it changes the dynamic of it. Like you just got to be ready to help a shitload of people because they need what you guys have, and you're here because you have the thing that they need. So I love it.
Agree. And that's what I'm doing. I handpicked all the vendors. There's only 4. There's only 4 vendors.
That's crazy.
But that's what I want.
Yeah.
And that's what I think this needs, right? It just needs to be different. Things need to change. People are starting to get skeptical because of how events have been and how they've been going.
You may have also noticed this, but event attendance has been going down. I think for that reason is because, just like you said, the speakers are up there saying the same kind of high level hyperbole type of stuff, and then they do their sales pitch. And at some point, you're just like, there's just not enough value for me to keep paying for this thing.
Correct.
And it's the same huge trade show with 1,000 vendors all trying to yell at you and sell you some shit and have a gimmicky thing to get you to come in. And the value is gone. It's so hard as a vendor that has gone to those events. It's really hard to add value because of the atmosphere. It's just not set up to be able to do that. It's just a total shit show. And it's geared towards selling tickets to attendees and selling huge booth spaces to vendors so that whoever's running the show can make as much money as humanly possible.
Right.
And like, yeah, if you're running a show, you got to make money, right? Like it's your time, it's your effort. I'm not opposed to somebody running a show making money, but at some point it just self-defeats because
I just want to break even if I can.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even if I lose a little bit of money, like it is what it is. I think the industry needs this.
Somebody's got to do it.
Damn
it, Robert.
Why not me?
It's got to be you,
right,
man.
The other thing that's going to be really cool about this event, which I have not seen yet, I have a panel, not just one. I have a panel of my clients coming to sit on a panel to be able to. I'm going to interview all of them, and then I'm going to open it up for Q&A for the attendees to be able to ask them literally whatever they want.
That's awesome. That's awesome of your clients to free up their time to do something.
Relationships.
That's wild, dude.
Dude, and like not small clients, like city municipalities, the school district.
That's crazy.
But it's number one, it's because of the relationships, and they want to help me and they want to help the industry. And that's what it's about.
It's powerful.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, this is going to be so different than anything that I've been to, and anything you've been to, I think, as well. I'm
excited. You got me all pumped up now,
dude.
I was telling you earlier, I gotta get flights, I gotta get hotels, I gotta get all my travel.
When you through that link, you can get the hotel rooms. I told you what I got the hotel rooms down to.
That's wild. What'd you say? $69 a night?
$69 a night, dude.
That's awesome. Let me get this back on so everybody can see it. So
you have to post the link somewhere or something?
Yeah, let me get Let me drop it in the comments here for everybody. So it'll be out in the Best Damn Bookkeeping Facebook page and on the Home Service Happy Hour YouTube page. That link is out there for Commercial Pressure Washing Contractors Live. You can see it right on the screen right now. There's a Get Tickets button. It's as easy as that. I assume it's as easy as that. General admission. Or if you're like me, we're going to do the sponsorship. And then you got additional people as needed. Pretty simple. And if you go through here, then it does direct you to the hotel rooms.
Yeah, it'll give you the email and stuff. Or in the email, you'll get an email with a confirmation of your ticket, and then you'll get the link to go book your hotel room.
Henderson, Nevada, Sunset Station Hotel and Casino.
Dude, it's a really nice resort.
Badass.
Look,
February 26th and 27th. Is it? This is a question that I have selfishly, but I think everybody else would have too. Should we fly in the 25th so we're there the night of the 25th, ready to roll the morning of the 26th? Yes. And I already kind of know the answer for me, but should we plan on flying out the morning of the 28th or flying out the evening of the 27th? Or does it not really matter?
It doesn't really matter.
Here's my take. And this is my advice also for all y'all, which is the more time you can be there. And I know like time is a luxury for a lot of us and we have obligations. Ben Hill's in the house. We all have our things we need to get back for, but some of the best moments at shows like this are the times when it's not structured. I think Robert's going to have a lot of good structured stuff for us, a lot of educational stuff, but the relationships that you get are always impactful for a long ass time. And especially I'll put myself in this boat because this happens a lot is I like to stay as long as I can. I got a wife and 3 kids, so I can't stay forever. But if I can make it work that I can come in a little early and leave a little later, and you guys know me, I'll be at the bar. You'll know where to find me. Like I build so many relationships with clients, with competitors, with friends of mine forever and ever and ever, like after the show was done. Yep. And so if you can stay a little bit later and there's like somebody you want to talk to, like a me or a Robert or whoever, if you can stay for a little bit longer, you start to get like more personal one-on-one type of time. And that can be so valuable, not only just to talk about your business situations, but like I said, like some of my best friends I met at trade shows, like the last evening when everybody else was leaving, we didn't fly out till the next morning. I have a business partner from a situation like that. I have like one of my best hunting buddies from a situation like that. And it came like they're business dudes. And it came from going to a trade show and hanging out for a little bit longer and just like building that relationship. It can be so valuable.
Yeah. I mean, dude, my business has changed and my life has changed from the conversations that happen in hallways.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
I started doing holiday lights from a conversation with Brandon Beavers. You know who he is?
I do.
Yeah. I was literally sitting, I think on the floor eating a burger or something at one of the trade shows. And he
like you do.
Yeah, like you do. And he was talking about Christmas lights. I literally got up, went over to the Clipper booth and signed up for holiday lights, did the training, and, the rest was kind of history. Same thing with Conquer. I don't know if you know who Josh Borden is.
Yeah. I know Josh.
Yeah. He was sitting there. I'm sitting there. Dude, I was eating again. I was sitting there eating pizza. I had a slice of pizza in my hand. And as he's sitting there talking about Conquer, this was 2020. 2022, 2023, 2022. Maybe it was 20. I don't know. Anyways, he was sitting there talking about Conquer, and in the middle of him talking, I put my pizza box down and I turned around. I walked over to the Conquer booth and signed up for Conquer. Changed everything.
Yeah, just give
those conversations in the hallway, man. With the networking, the people, because you're in a room of people that all want the same thing as you. They all want to level up their life. They all want to do better. They all want to be better. There's so much power in that. Yeah.
There's no substitute for it. Like the event is great. It will be great. I'm super pumped for it, but I'm also excited for all the relationships that I don't have yet. And the ones that I do have, like, my wife gives me a hard time for this. She's right, by the way. Like when I say this, I'm not giving her a hard time because she is absolutely fucking spot on.
She must be watching.
Like, every time. No, she's not. This is like a well-known thing in our household, which is I go to a fair amount of trade shows. I've reduced it, but not because I don't want to travel, just because I do more hunting and fishing trips. So I do like I've scattered my travel around a little bit more. But she's like, you can't. So like she wants me to go to shows. She knows I have a lot of fun. She knows that it's kind of my jam. And she says, you just can't act like, oh, I had to travel again because you and I know you're going to drink beer with all your best friends. And I'm like, don't get mad at me that I have a business where I get, like you said earlier, where all my clients are my friends and I get to go drink beer with them and help them with their finances. Like it's intentional. It's not an accident. Like I created this world. Don't make me feel guilty about it. Like, yes, I am going to another trade show to go drink beer with my friends. And
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you ever get annoyed during those times where it's like people asking you a bunch of financial questions?
No, not at all. I love that shit.
Let me ask you for your favorite financial tip.
I'm gonna say this is like a 2-in-1, and a lot of people know about this, but a lot of people don't know why. So I'm gonna get into a little bit of why, and we'll teach this at the trade show. As you start to scale, you got to be taxed as an S corp instead of just an LLC sole proprietor, which is what we all started out as.
Yep.
And it's really important for two reasons. The one is what initially attracts us, which is we pay way less in payroll taxes. And so it's a thing you need to do to put thousands of dollars back in your pocket. Reason being is, and this is the nerdy part of it, is when you're taxed as a sole proprietor, you have to pay payroll taxes on every dollar of net income your business makes. You also have to pay income taxes on it, but the payroll taxes are the nuanced difference here. When you're taxed as an S corp, you have to take a wage, a reasonable wage according to the IRS. But it's not, you don't take a wage for all your net income. You take a wage for a portion of it. You still have to pay payroll taxes on that, but you don't have to pay payroll taxes on everything else. And it's doubly important because when you're a small business owner, we all get to pay the highly coveted self-employment tax, which means we pay taxes as the employee and taxes as the employer. So our payroll tax rate as business owners is like 15%. So let's say you make $100,000 of net income in your business. If you're taxed as a sole proprietor, you have to pay like 15 grand in payroll taxes. If you instead are taxed as an S corp and take a $50,000 wage and then the other $50,000 you can take as distributions, now you only have to pay payroll taxes on $50,000. 15% of 50,000 is 7,500 versus the 15,000. You save like 7,500 bucks. So like that's reason number one is it's thousands of dollars of tax savings of payroll taxes. Reason number two, that's Dan, the nerdy finance guy's favorite reason, is when you're running a business, it's really easy to get wrapped up in thinking you're an owner operator and making decisions as an owner operator. And we smash those two words together like they're the same fucking thing. And they are two very different things. An owner is an investor. And I will just point out that if you own stock in Amazon, Jeff Bezos ain't going to call you and say, hey, Robert, I need you down at the warehouse this weekend. You got a bunch of boxes to move, buddy. And also, I heard you're a pretty good driver and you like cars. So can you get in that van and go drop some packages off? If you own shares of Amazon, that call doesn't come. You never have to run in and like do work. But if you're a CEO of a business, and owners don't get paychecks. If you own that Amazon stock, you don't go into work, but you also don't get a paycheck. You're just an owner. And as a small business owner, we're that person. And when you're the CEO of a business and you're the operator, you do get a paycheck and you do have a job to do. And you do need to go move the boxes and do need to drive the vehicles and do whatever it takes, right? You're doing whatever you got to do and you're trying to scale your business. That role needs a paycheck. And I point out that it needs a paycheck because there's only one person in the world who would ever work for you for free. And it's not you. Shouldn't be you. It's your mom. That's the only person I've ever met in the world that would work for you for free is your mom. And I know because my mom has done work for my business for free. I know my dad never would, though. There's no way I could ever get my dad to do something for me for free. He'd be like, I'm going to send you an invoice. But my mom has helped my business for free in the past.
What about your wife?
No, I think she would want to get paid. I think she would. She's helped a little bit. That's a close second because she's also a mom. She's not my mom. She's also a mom, but she would do anything for my kids. I don't think she would do anything for me. I think she would send me an invoice too. But I think it's so valuable from a financial analysis standpoint that you need to be on payroll because you are the most expensive person in the business, and you need to be able to scale a business that can pay a CEO. And that CEO needs to be representative of what it would cost you to pay somebody to run your business. And you, the owner, still needs to get paid too. You, the owner, still needs to get a return on your investment. You need to get paid both ways. And if you just grow a business that can make the owner money but can't pay the CEO a paycheck, or can pay the CEO a paycheck but the owner doesn't get any money, then it's not a real successful business. You have to get paid both ways.
The first time I got told that I had to raise my salary, I was like, but I don't want to. I'd rather just take a larger distribution. Can I just do that?
Ben Hill is on my personal chat. Ben, you got to jump over to the Best Damn Bookkeeping page so I can put all your comments on the screen here. They're not in the feed because Facebook's weird.
What are they?
Ben says, I'm selling to PE! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. He said, the only way I'd stay in the wash industry is roll-ups. Takes too long to train and scale without being involved. But he might not have done as much commercial stuff, Robert. He might have benefited from coming to commercial pressure washing contractors live. He did ask, and I'm just like, oh, let me go here. He said, call me, Dick. He said, damn plot, my mom does our accounting. Like, but does she work for free? That's the question. Can you get your mom to work for free? He said, Robert, how do you exit with a high multiple EBITDA and hiring GMs without being involved? 10 years and I'm done. I was shooting for a higher offer, but he got a little bit lower offer and he's out. Washington can only scale so much. The MRR sucks. And I don't think he's wrong. What? I think it can be. But it like depends on what your goals are too. Cause if the goal is to exit, I don't think that not every industry is like built for exit. Some are built better to run. And if you don't like running a business, I have people that are running $10 million businesses. They're not out of the business. Like it's a huge business to be totally out of it and have enough where it can pay the CEO the right amount and you can hire the right CEO. And that's a different skill set altogether. Not to say you couldn't do it at 5 to 10 million. But that's a different skill set to find the right CEO to run your business and that the owner still generates enough net income in that situation to do their thing. There's a lot of home service industries where I don't see that play out very easily. Not to say it can't, super, super rare. He said, yep. So Keir, that was a lot of me reading Ben's comments and chatting about it. What do you think, Robert?
So from what I got of all of that, I guess, I don't know how the MRR sucks because I would definitely disagree. And I think there's a lot of people that does this guy do? I don't know who he is. Does he do?
He had a sizable pressure washing business, but I don't think he did as much commercial. I think it was a lot of residential.
Okay.
But I think if we go back to our list of 7, I think your list of 7 is why commercial makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different reasons why it makes a lot of sense. You know, you have less clients with more revenue, right? Like you might do one house once a year versus one building once a month, right? So I don't know how the MRR sucks on commercial.
He wasn't saying that. He's mostly residential, so he was saying.
Oh, so in residential.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I agree. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What was the other question?
He was just saying it's hard to get a good multiple because that MRR is low, so it's hard to get the EBITDA to where you want.
In the residential world, yeah, for sure. But I mean, when you have large recurring contracts, you are going to get a higher multiple, right? Because when you sell a business, nobody wants to buy a business really and have to come in and do an immense amount of work to it, unless they're getting a smoking deal on the business, right? But if you have the systems in place, the people in place, and you have the revenue in place where an owner can come in and let the business operate and maybe do a few things that they want to, it's definitely worth a higher multiple.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. I look at our bookkeeping business in that way, and I have no interest in selling. And I do think that's I think that's a thing we all have to reckon with is if you're running a small business and like I've done a lot of purchases and I've done a lot of sales. It's rare that I see somebody better off when they sell. If somebody wants to sell, I say like, why do you want to sell? Like it can't be about making more money. You make more money running it than you do selling it. Very, very, very often. It's rare that you would be better off selling it. The reason why you sell it is because you hate it. That's when you sell it. Is when you're like, I don't want to wake up and do this ever again. Like I am out, I've checked out, I've burned out. I need a fresh start. If it's just about does it support my livelihood and does it solve that and I'm happy doing it, you're pretty much always better off running it. I've rarely seen the case where you wouldn't be better off running it. They can make enough money that you'll never get as much when you sell it as you will if you just run it. And so like it's got to be the right situation to exit it, either like a crazy ass offer, which I've seen some crazy offers where I'm like, why would somebody pay that? I don't know. I've seen some of those where I'm just like, what? Like that's wild. And then I've seen like what Ben's talking about, which is like it just gets frustrating trying to find the right people to really scale it. And it can be, and I ran into that with maid services. It was just an army. I was just running an army, and I'd put one fire out over here, and I'd look over there and be like, you got to be kidding me. That thing's back on fire again. And granted, we had like 7 locations. That was my catalyst to being like, I just got to do this bookkeeping thing. I'm better at it. I understand it better. It's more valuable to my clients. Like residential maid service clients are really hard to deal with. Like I said, that you got Mrs. Jones out there picking up the lamp to see if you dusted underneath it because they just you get people like following you around the house type of thing. Yes, Ben says, and it takes too long to train, bro. And it does. I mean, like bookkeeping, it takes me 3 to 6 months to train somebody, but it's recurring revenue. And I get them a client and they get faster. And I get them another client and they get faster.
But here's the thing is like, I'm not training. I shouldn't be training.
Not you. I think he's just saying like the business, it takes too long to get somebody at the point in his world. He's not talking for everybody, but in his world, it takes too long to get somebody to the point where they can like be the person running the crew. And I think this is a challenge for all home service industries. One that gets solved through recruiting too, big time. And I'm biased because I own part of a recruiting business, but like there's a lot of turnover. And if you said this earlier, like, man, if I knew then what I know now, I used to recruit and hire reactively. Like we'd lose somebody and then I'd go recruiting. Now, and like in bookkeeping, we don't have nearly as much turnover. I have 10 people waiting to take everybody on our team's jobs. And that's not like a threat to them because I hope I add all 10 of these people and they just build our team up. But like, I know I have 3 people I'm in contact with right now that are my next 3 people in line. Like one of them is already starting in the next, like probably month. The next person is starting early spring and maybe the next person in the summer. And maybe not. Like maybe they need to start sooner if I need to let somebody go. Maybe they need to start later if somebody else jumps in front of them in line. And then I have a list of like 10 more people that I can't wait to have on the team. There's a couple better people in line. But like I recruited all these people over a year ago. Like I recruit and build relationships. We're back to the relationship thing. I don't recruit to hire. I recruit to build relationships and I keep those relationships. And when the time is right for both parties, like the one dude that's kind of number 3 in line right now, I hadn't talked to him in a year. I had messaged him a couple times. He never got back to me. He just emailed me last week. He's like, man, I took this job for a nonprofit. It's kind of going like this. I don't know if it's the right fit. Like, sorry, I didn't get back to you last time. Are you still looking to add people? I'm like, I mean, I always am, but the time's got to be right. Like I've got somebody that I just hired, somebody next in line to start in a couple weeks here. One other gal that I think is a really good fit that is in front of you right now because you disappeared on me. But you're back. And so as long as you're staying in communication with me and I'm staying in communication with you, like you will work here someday. It's going to happen. If it's the right fit for you and you're the right fit for the company, you will work here, but we don't have to force it. I don't have to bring you on right now. I can hire you whenever. We're going to be around forever. So I will bring you on when the timing is right. And I think the thing I've learned about it's twofold. We need to make sure we have the best people on the team because our team deserves the best coworkers in the world. We've all worked with shitty coworkers, and my employees now deserve the best people in the world. So like, you've got to be fucking amazing to come work here, because my team deserves amazing coworkers. They don't deserve
it'll fuck up the entire culture. One bad seat.
Oh, big time. But at the same time, and I had to do this a couple weeks ago, if somebody isn't living up to our core values, they need to know that their job is gone. Like, they need to know that they are immediately replaced because there's somebody really hungry that's awesome on the bench. And just like I need to show up and be an awesome leader every day and like keep building an awesome business, they need to show up and do their jobs every day. Like, because somebody else wants that job. And if they don't do it, I'm going to go find somebody else that wants to do it. And I've already found them. So like, that's not like a, hey, you better do your job or I'm going to replace you. It's like, I have an awesome person ready to join the team to work alongside of you. But if this job isn't right for you anymore, let's both agree we got to move you on to the job that is right for you. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. We just let a gal go for that reason. It's like she had been here for too long to like not have hit the pace that we needed her to hit. It's like, it's just not the right fit. That's okay. She's awesome. One of our core values is efficiency. You got to be able to get a lot of shit done. We got a lot of people that need help. And if you can't produce this amount of revenue and help this amount of people, like our revenue is tied to production. It's tied to metrics around production.
Right.
If you can't produce a lot and help a lot of people, then it doesn't work. Like, mathematically, it doesn't work. You can't make enough money. You can't support the business model. You can't support enough clients that need your help. I have to go find somebody that can like be fast and good. You can't just be good and slow. That doesn't work. And you can't be really fast and bad. You have to be fast and good, or it's not the right fit. And once we figure that out, we got to peace out.
Well, and the other thing too is like when you build a brand that people know and recognize and they see happy employees, people are going to gravitate to want to work for a company that, you know, has that good company culture. They have a high morale and, you know, you treat your people right. You know, all these things, people are going to start to gravitate towards you and want to work for you or with you rather than being reactive and struggling to find somebody at the last minute.
I think Ben has a good point here, and I think it's why home services are hard if you're trying.
Hold on, let me pull this up.
He's in my personal chat. Ben, you got to get over to the best damn bookkeeping page so I can actually like put your stuff on.
Look you up on.
I just have it on my phone here, and you'll see us live out there. This was my biggest struggle too. I totally agree with Ben on this. And not to say that Ben couldn't figure it out or I couldn't figure it out. But at some point, you're just like, I'm not willing to keep banging my head against this, which is when you start to build that leadership team, it gets really tricky to go find external talent to bring into that team. Not to say it's impossible, and I've seen it been done before, but it's really hard. And my preference is always to elevate people on the team.
Yep.
But to elevate people on the team, you got to rewind like 5 years, because you can't just like take somebody as an assistant tech and make them a lead tech and then make them a production manager and then make them a ops manager and then make them a general manager. Like, that takes years and years and years and years and years. And it's hard to, and you're going to get it wrong, and you're going to get it wrong, and you're going to get it wrong. This is like me speaking from experience. Like, eventually I was like, fuck this. I like same as Ben's feeling right now. It's just like, I'm done with this. But I also was like, I have this bookkeeping thing that's taking all my attention, and I can't give enough attention to our window cleaning, to our maid service. Like, I did the thing where I got spread way too thin and had to bottleneck, like we were talking about earlier. I had to get really focused. But that's so hard in the home service space. And like Ben said, it takes forever to elevate people to that level. Everything is personal dependent, right? And I think as you get narrower, it helps because it's easier to get people focused on the same thing. But I think that is a challenge. It takes decades sometimes to like build the team. And then you lose somebody. Like, I mean, now I'm like talking from experience again, worst case scenario. It's like you went through years and years and years and years. We had this happen in St. Louis, and this was like one of my catalysts for I got to get out of here. Terry, awesome. She was a cleaner for us. She became a production manager for us. Eventually, she moved into like GM, our location, and she was still learning, and she was starting to figure out how to grow it. And then she said, I got my dream job. I got to go. Like, I got to go do this thing. And I was like, Terry, out of respect for you, you do. And then I looked in the mirror. I went, fuck, like, you got to shit me. Like, how terrible is this? And I had somebody that was pretty good and could have like gotten there. But the real kick in the pants to me was I was at a mastermind one week, and then I was at a trade show the next week. And then I had to go to St. Louis to go promote somebody into this role and like start over. And then I missed my 4-year-old's birthday. And I'm not one for 4-year-old birthday parties, but when it's your 4-year-old and you're that dad and you're like, oh, fuck me, I'm gone all the time, I'm this guy. I was just like, I'm done with these businesses in different locations, and I'm done with the trying to run. Like, it's not right for me. It's not right for who I am and where I am in my life and what my skill set is. I can help more people different ways. And so event like that, to what Ben's struggling with, that was the biggest challenge that I had, was just like, how do you find that person and how do you keep them and how do you have that pipeline to replace them? And I think I was getting better at it, but eventually it was like the straw that broke the camel's back for me. Again, to what we've already talked about, I was also in all residential stuff, and took a toll.
I think you can't just elevate one person in your company. Everybody needs to be elevating at all times.
Everybody does.
Right? So realistically, at some point, let's talk production manager to general manager, or ops manager to general manager, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have an operations manager and you have a general manager and that general manager leaves, it should be somewhat of an easy transition to take that ops manager and put him into a GM role, because everything should be documented and system.
Yeah, should have been grooming them and like have the right person in place.
And because as the company
sounds
grows,
great.
Well, I mean, as the company grows, the team needs to grow, right? So it's like, I tried the whole thing of bringing somebody else in.
Dude, it
was, and he had no wash experience.
Yeah, that's what Ben's complaining about, is like,
and
how do you find the person for this role that has no industry experience and just comes in?
You elevate your people.
Yeah.
Or, one of my friends a long time ago gave me some really good advice, that he had to eat shit for a bunch of years to get to where he is. And if I wanted to get to where I was going, then I needed to eat shit for years too. And so that's another answer. If you don't have that, then unfortunately you got to eat shit for a little while.
Oh yeah. And sometimes when you think you're done eating shit, you got to start eating shit again. Like, just sometimes when you think you're out of it, you're like, oh, I guess I got a shit sandwich.
And look, here's the deal too, is like, nobody has patience anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to just like start a business and then next month be making like $100 million. Like, it's not going to happen. You're not going to have all the systems in place. You're not going to have the people in place. Like, this is a marathon, not a sprint. I have no desire to exit my company at all right now. In fact, we're growing immensely. We're vertically integrating different business models and different companies and all of these different really cool things that are in the works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me selling is the furthest thing from my mind right now. I mean, maybe in 15, 20 years. So it's not something that I have a concern of at the moment.
Let's wrap this baby up. I got to go clean some deer quarters. I still got 3 front quarters.
You got to go clean the truck too.
No, it's raining right now, and then it's going to snow 3 inches. It's going to pull all that. There was literally, I was showing my buddy Ben this when I was at Marvel Sewer and Drain today, changing my tires around and getting snow tires on. I took my nephew out on Saturday afternoon. My wife and I shot bucks in the morning, so I'm dealing with those right now. But then I took my nephew out Saturday afternoon, and he shot a little doe, and I was gutting it, and my brother was standing there, his dad, and we put the heart up on, like, not on the tailgate. The tailgate was up, but I put the heart just on the bumper. And then we lowered the tailgate and then put it back up, and the heart was still there. So there was a red heart stamp on the back of my tailgate on a white truck. It looked so badass. Like, you could tell it was a heart. Like, it was deer blood. That thing was on there. Now it's washing off. But I like noticed it today. I was like, oh, the deer heart stamp is still on there. Like, I should get a tattoo of that. That was just so badass.
Let me ask you a question. How did Cole do?
Cole had a phenomenal hunting year with me. We were in Illinois a few weeks ago, but we went to Kentucky in early September, and this was just like Cole and I's year. It just played out. He and I were in Kentucky in early September. I shot a buck, but we were gonna leave it. That same night, he shot a buck, saw it go down, I didn't see mine go down, so we left mine till the morning. We went back in there. Mine was dead like 50 yards from where I shot it. It just got behind some stuff, and I never heard it fall because there's no leaves on the ground or anything. So like he and I doubled up that night with 2 nice bucks. His a little bigger than mine in Kentucky. Then in Illinois, we got there like a Saturday, Sunday. I think he got in on Monday. I shot one Monday morning, but we decided to leave that one just because of where it ran. It was going to be cool, and I knew I hit it in the liver and like probably needed to give it a few hours. He shot one Monday night. So he and I went and got his Monday night. He got a nice 8-pointer. We dragged that baby out. And then he and I went in to go get mine Tuesday morning. And as we were walking in, our buddy Clay Davis shot a nice buck. Like as we're walking in to get mine, and then we found mine like 50 yards from where I shot it. It just went in like a crevice and laid there until it died. And then he helped me. We butchered it up down there and carried it out. So like within 24 hours, 3 of us shot really nice bucks. And we were kind of giggling about it because we go on a lot of, he's one that I met him at PWMCA back in the day, sitting at the bar, and like we kind of knew each other, but then we got to drink beer and talk for like 4 hours and just telling hunting stories. And then we've gone on fishing trips and hunting trips and fishing trips and hunting trips and all sorts of stuff. And so now like anytime we have a hunt trip, it's like, well, clearly like Dan and Cole got to go on this thing yeah. because like our luck is intertwined. So he's had a good year. His taxidermy bill is going to be up there.
Hefty.
Yeah. In a good way.
He's crushing it. So he'll be all right. He's doing good.
Yeah. He's doing good. He's doing good. His fiance also there's a podcast that a lot of us listen to called Working Class Bow Hunter. And one of their sayings is you can't kill big bucks if your wife sucks, which is like, it rhymes, but it's super true. Like if you do not have a supportive spouse, you don't get to go on a week-long hunting trip, spending thousands of dollars out of state somewhere with a bunch of dudes, right? Like you don't have the freedom to be able to go on cool trips and do cool shit. Your spouse has to be very forgiving or like aware or like supportive of it. And even so, I have 3. I shot a nice buck this last weekend, so now I have 3 bucks that are headed to the taxidermist. But of all that this year, my favorite is that my wife and I go on like bow hunting dates together. Like she bow hunts, and really? she smoked a doe this year, and it's not her first deer with the bow, but it was the first one where like she called the shots. Like it was her deer, and it was her shot, and it was her deciding when to shoot it, and she found it when we tracked it. So like that, big bucks are cool, but you can't eat the antlers anyway. It's just some expensive artwork. Right. But when your spouse or like your kids or whoever like gets an animal and like starts building the confidence, and then this last weekend when I shot my buck, she shot a buck with the gun, and that was her first time sitting by herself. So like she's racking up confidence and experiences with a gun. Yeah.
Okay. So she's not bow hunting.
She shot the doe with the bow earlier in the season, like when we were and like we're on the same tree, like face to face. We have ropes and it's called a saddle, and so like we call it we're going on a date. We go out hunting together, and so we're up in the tree hanging out on a date and watching animals and shooting some sometimes. So she got that one, and now she went out with the gun by herself. She was within a couple 100 yards of me, but like she decided when to shoot, what to shoot, where to shoot, all that stuff, and that's made it happen. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. She still made me gut it though. I still like next level is she's got to gut it herself. She's got to do the dirty work.
You think she'll be all right?
I think, yeah. I mean, she's not incapable, right? Like she can handle it. She likes to drag the deer. That's her thing. Cause she likes to get up in the morning and work out and stuff. So she'll throw the harness on and just drag that shit around. She's like, I'm getting my workout. Here we go. I'm like, yeah, you get it, girl. Like, let me see that butt. You get walking. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But cool.
Works out, man. It works out.
That's awesome.
Ben Hill out of here. See you, man. Thanks for chiming in. Robert, any final thoughts? Any final nuggets for the crew here before we sign her out and send them over to the commercial Pressure Washing Contractors Live website to get their ticket?
No, man. I mean, I think this has been a great call. I think there was a lot of nuggets during the call. I appreciate the conversation. I appreciate us finally making this happen.
We did it, man.
And, I hope to see everybody in Vegas. I think it's going to be a life-changing and business-changing thing. So I'm excited to see everybody out there.
Hell yeah. I'm going to get in here and book my shit. I got to book it. Book it up.
Yeah, do it. Get your shit done.
I'm doing it now. Now I know where to go. I got the link right in the comments. How could I miss it? I'm in.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. I really do.
We should do it again sooner next time. And next time, try to convert the podcast on our first attempt. I think we can.
Well, do you want to do it? Do you want to do it? What do you mean sooner?
Well, like not 4 years from now. Like,
oh, yeah.
Do you
want to do another one before or after the event?
Fuck both. Could probably do both. We could do a little like, hey, now's the last chance. We could do a quickie. We could do a little quickie before the event. We could do a recap after the event. I'm
flattered. You just asked me.
I changed this because I didn't want to get females questioning my motives. One of my calendar links was a 15-minute quickie. Like, hey, if you just need to hit me for 15 minutes, let's do a quickie. And it said that, and then I was like, I'll call it a quick 15. So I switched it around. Instead of a 15-minute quickie, it's a quick 15 now. I thought it was funny.
I think it's funny as well.
Yeah. I just didn't know if...
I think it's mind-blowing that you think 15 minutes is a quickie, but...
It is for a meeting with me. Have you heard me talk? I can talk for... Ron says, I shared it 20 times. Thanks, Ron. You're the man. We got to... Ron, we're gonna get an episode scheduled.
Ron's awesome. He's been a huge part of this event.
He's the OG, man. He's the OG. No, 15 minutes is a quickie if you're jumping on a call with me. Like, it's hard to shut me up.
Yeah, no, never mind.
Thanks. I appreciate you holding that back.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Business nerds, you guys know what to do. Work smarter and harder. Go earn some pride. We'll see you in Vegas, February 26th, February 27th. Go to the Eventbrite link that I put in the Best Damn Bookkeeping page comments. I also put it on my personal page comments. Robert will share it. It's out there. Get it. We'll see you in Vegas in a couple months. Peace.
See ya.